running target. 1, 2, 3. Let's go.
I can identify similar or locate common themes in various texts.
Okay, we've already done our journal. We know that we've read 2 non-fictional texts. Not 2 non-fictional, we've read 2 fictional texts, correct? Now, we're going to look at a speech. So, everybody, the first sheet of paper we're looking at, or the first sets of papers we're looking at, is our speech. Now, you know we normally do a timed type of routine to allow you all to discuss whatever you need to discuss. We're going to look at the following questions. Now that you got your sheets out, let's look at the board. Literature, big question. Can truth change? That's what we're looking at overall. We learned that truth could change in The Girl Who Can, correct? Yes. All right. So then we got to look at, can truth change in the rules of the game, right? And now we got to look at, can truth change in the speech that we've been kind of mulling over for the past 2 nights. Then it says, if we scroll down, we're looking at all these 6 topics in here to determine our theme. We got questions that we need to answer. Number 1, identify Clinton's purpose for this speech. You got your alphabet. Explain how you came to this conclusion. Determine how the title could have assisted you in the conclusion. So you can't just say, well, this is my theme. What do you have to do? What have we been talking about since day 1? What do you got to provide?
Textual evidence.
Textual evidence, because Ms. Jones won't believe you if you don't have evidence. Now, I need somebody to read B. Not all at once. Come on, Melissa.
Okay, locate any direct statements and analyze how they create or suggest a certain tone. Explain how this tone is appropriate. Does it create a necessary build? And why or why not?
So what am I asking you?
See if there's anything that kind of goes into the theme or what you're trying to look for, like evidence.
Okay. All right. Give me a few more words. When I'm saying tone, what am I really asking you for? What am I asking you to look at? All right, Hannah M.
The word choice or how you direct the audience.
Okay, good. All right, C. I need someone else to do C. No, let's try to get someone else. Preferably somebody in the far back of the classroom. Yes, thank you, Shelby Buxton.
Detail and discuss what you learn about the roles of women. Explain how these roles could be solutions or casual conflicts.
Casual conflicts. So what am I asking you?
Like, you can describe what the women do and also explain why that could be a problem or a solution.
All right, that's what I'm looking for. Exactly. D, I need somebody on this side. Yes, Eric. Awesome.
What you learn about the roles of women. Explain how these...
No, Eric. We just did that one. You got to do D.
Explain how the Clinton structures the speech as one event, idea greater than the other. What does it say? If so, explain why or why not all of the idea points needed. Locate, transition, if any, what type of tone does her usage of personal pronouns create?
Walk and talk. Walk back to the desk and tell me, what do you think I'm asking you? If you need some assistance, let me know.
Yes, ma'am, I need some assistance.
Who can help out Eric? Tristan?
Can you repeat what the question I'm saying?
I'll repeat it. I'll read it. Explain how she being Clinton, structures the speech. Is one event or idea greater than the other? If so, explain. Why or why not all of the ideas or points needed? Locate transitions, if any. What type of tone does her usage of personal pronouns create?
What you're asking is for us to point out main things in the speech and how they switch from one topic to another.
Sweetness, that's what I'm looking for. All right, we got a couple more alphabets. Do you want me to read them, or do you think that you can just go on and get started? Go on and get started. All right, so we normally do about 20 to 25, 22 minutes. Will that suffice? All right, take a look at these questions. Talk to each other. I'm coming around to hear your feedback. Are you ready? You got a theme already?
No, right now we're still talking.
You're still talking?
Just talking about speech.
Okay. All right. You got your speech.
Got it.
So, when I say theme, what am I saying?
What's the main message?
The main message. Okay, the central idea. Now, if you need some help with that, open up your Elements of Literature text to page 430. We've been there, so let's go back to refresh our memories. Exactly, the colorful chart.
I like highlighted it and categorized it.
That's what I'm talking about, Kaylee. So you're going to use these and be mindful. Look at the board. Isn't it the same wording as right here? All right, so what I'm trying to do is make sure you connect what we did yesterday to what we're going to do today. So you got to use all of these to come up with your theme. So if I come back, you have something for me? You will? Yes. I believe you, Katie. I believe you. I believe you. What have you come up with? Or with what have you come up?
It is informative and descriptive.
Yeah.
So you think it's descriptive too? So it is twofold?
Yes.
Okay. So how do you know that it's informative?
She's informing people about how everything in this,
Like about the problem.
yeah.
Well, what is the problem? What's the problem?
Women are treated unfairly.
How are they treated unfairly? Give me evidence. What is she saying? What is she pointing out?
Every woman deserves the chance to realize her own God-given potential, but we must recognize that women will never gain full dignity until their human rights are respected and protected.
I had that highlighted too. Okay. So how can it be descriptive?
She's describing.
She's describing the problems that women are facing. All right. What's the second part of this? How did you come to that conclusion? Adam, is that gum in your mouth? Find a trash can. All right. How'd you come up with it?
There's lots of statistics.
Okay. What are the statistics? Take me to them.
Women comprise more than half the world's population, 70% of the world's poor, and 2/3 of those who are not taught to read and write.
Okay. All right. That's one statistic. Now, here's my question. If that statistic was taken out, would this still have purpose? Would this speech still do what it needs to do?
Yes.
Okay. Move on to the next alphabet because I think you all have what you need to have. All right, wrap up your discussions. We got 15 minutes. Now, here's what I'm going to suggest. Several of us have gotten to D, correct? Yes. Okay. So if we've gotten to D, we really don't need to do too much discussion about that, correct? Yes. All right. So the focus for the next 15 minutes is the graphic organizer, filling in the blank, and the big objective summary that you're going to create. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give each group a poster board. On this poster board, you are going to summarize everything from The Girl Who Can, Rules of the Game, to Hillary Clinton's speech. And when I say summarize, what am I definitely asking for? You should know it by now. Key details, textual evidence, and academic vocabulary. I need definitely all of that. So, while I get the poster board, start mulling over what you want to think about as far as your objective summary. I will provide the markers.
Or is it just like
one big thing? No splitting up.
Can we title it?
Yeah, you can title it. Sweet. That's what I'm talking about.
Do you want it in like the number one? Do you want it in like one big sentence, or do you want it?
I prefer it in one big summary, one big sentence. So whoever is going to get up and say, Miss Jones, this is what we're doing, yada 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 yada. You need to put it in one big sentence. You got me? All right. You are correct. Thank you, Clara, for pointing that out. Woo. What does that mean?
I like the photo.
Yes, ma'am, Truck.